Hi friends, welcome back to the e-bike noob. As always, I hope you're having a great day. Today we're doing another full range throttle only test on the Ariel Rider X Class. We're gonna see what 1 year of pretty regular use and a little over 3,000 miles are gonna do to one of these batteries. We're doing the same ride we did about a year ago when we did the first full range throttle only test on this bike. So we're gonna see how it holds up a year later. A couple of changed parts, we'll talk about all that. If you have any questions, let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. As always, hope you're having a great day. 6 out of 9. So if I do turn the crank, it'll be 2/3 power going into it. I'm gonna try to throttle only, but sometimes you forget. Without further ado, let's get down this hill. Whew. All right. That's always a good time. Oh, don't pedal, don't pedal. All right, I'm gonna do the same run that I did last year. So, gravel there. I would say realistically, there's a good chance I've charged this battery every other day. On average, maybe and probably more than that. I mean, I ride this thing a lot. I use this battery sometimes with my other bike. My Rise X bike uses the same battery. And that bike also has 3,000 miles on it. It's got a little over 3K as well. So, I mean, both those batteries have been used about equally. And I'd say 200 charging cycles, it would absolutely not be out of the question. I'm probably overestimating that. It's probably closer to 150. I have no idea. 150 to 200, maybe 250 on like the super high end. But figure there's 365 days in a year, and there's no way I did like 2/3 of that. Probably closer to half. But we'll see, what happens to the overall battery life of these things after 1 year of pretty regular use. I was gonna maybe give you a little update on like the whole Sondors situation. If you've been following that one at all, there's some wonkiness going on there. I did put on these like chopper handlebars, which are pretty nice. They're definitely a little bit tall, which is why everything's pretty much stretched to the limit. It's not ideal positioning, but it works fine. And again, you don't really need to shift all too often, so I'd have to reach over. It's cool. The screen, having the little, setting thing over there is not that big of a deal either. It's not like it was like real comfortable to like reach your thumb and try to use the big hole down there. Jeez. Try to get that plus and minus. It was like not a very, I don't know, at least for me, I never really liked how that works. So, whatever. You gotta move it anyways, who cares? But it's still not quite where I'd like it. It's very, I had to kind of like tilt it forward. Instead of being like super upright and back, which is really kind of what I wanted. So I don't know, I might try a different setup. I might go back to the old ones with just one of those riser stems. I don't know, we'll see. This isn't terrible. It's much better than stock. And I could care less about, the short cables and, having to move stuff around. Like, I really don't care about that. Not that big of a deal. What else did we do to the bike? The headlight fell off. It just, the housing was that chintzy, dinky pot metal. I don't know what they're using for that. It's like aluminum foil. It's like basically a couple layers of aluminum foil for the housing, and it just completely broke around where the bolts were holding it in. The bolts held. It's not like the bolts came loose. It just completely broke the metal all in that housing there. So right now I don't have a headlight. Alright, really only one more thing that I've done. Besides this tank bag, I don't know if you can see that, but I've been using this tank bag just to not have a backpack, and I kind of like that. It's pretty nice. I don't hate it. But besides that, I did a DNM, it's DNM rear shock from Amazon. I did that a few months ago. Should have done an install video, but it was super easy. I mean, if you can't figure that one out, I don't know, send me a message. I'll walk you through it, but I didn't feel it really needed a video. But I put a rear shock on there, and it's not like a super nice one. It's about 50 bucks. I think it's called the Burner, but I might be totally wrong about that. It's got it looks like the same one that they're using on the X-52. It's got like the adjustable rebound, just that little red dial, and then you can tighten or loosen the coil for like a stiffer or a looser kind of feel. And Ariel Rider did send me a new headlight. I made a video about that. We'll talk about the Sondors stuff here coming up, but I don't want to make this video about that. This is about this X-Class and what happens after 1 year of battery use on there. Hey, but what is different from the last video, the last full range throttle video, I have changed the tires on the bike. So besides the possible battery degradation due to age or just whatever other factors, I have changed the tires from the stock. When I originally got the bike, it came with kind of street tread, not slick tires, but definitely a street tire. They were not very knobby at all. They were basically smooth. Really nice. I like those tires, and they were recommended to inflate up to 30 PSI, which I liked. I typically ran them about 26, 27, somewhere in the mid-20s. And, so that was what we were riding on a year ago when we did this. And right now I've got the red, not that the color has anything to do with it, but the V Mission Command tires, which are not super aggressive. It's not like a super off-road tread pattern, but it's not super smooth, although the rear one's kind of getting there. Look, throttling up this hill, not pedaling at all. Sorry motor, sorry battery. But yeah, they run a little bit lower on PSI. They're recommended to run at 20 or below, and I typically run them right about 19 or 20. And then that's basically it. I'm looking at the bike, trying to think if there's anything else I changed. I did take the front fender off, so weight reduction. Obviously the headlight's not there, so weight reduction. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. But right now I'm just using that cadence sensor to give my thumb a break. The headlight really had nothing to do with it. It's not like I couldn't see and that's what caused it to happen. Holy shit, I'm doing 53, 54, 59? Damn, I'm cruising. This bike's fast. We're gonna hop onto another little, it's called the River Bend Trail, and that goes to the cool little waterfall where we will probably take some pictures like an idiot, because that's what people do on YouTube. You take pictures of things and you guys look at them and you seem to like that. So that's what we're gonna do. Turning right here. Oh, here's our waterfall. Hang on, we're gonna get back to the Sondors story. But first, here is a cool waterfall. Right up on the edge there. That's pretty neat. So this was our halfway point last time. Let's see, we're at 3108. We started at 3,098. So yeah, 10 miles so far. Might have to take some little side routes on the way home. We still got 4 bars. It's pretty cool over here. And here we go. We shall continue. Still got 4 bars, which, oh man, that feels good to get moving. It was getting really warm. When I left, it was a small chance of rain, but it wasn't cold, but it wasn't warm. So I got a hoodie, and definitely didn't need that just now. Okay, so again, we are doing the throttle test. I'm doing a PAS 6 out of 9, so that when I do pedal, it's basically just using a lot of motor power and no actual leg power. And the point of that is just for my thumb's sake. My thumb starts to really cramp up after a while. Now when I pass people like this guy up here, I'm gonna slow down a little bit because this is a common shared bike trail. Coming up left side. Look at this sweet little grip. Shouldn't do this because this is the throttle test. Whew. That's fun. That's pretty fun. Well, that was just a good time. I mean, what else can I say? Okay, so if you're here for the Sondors update, here you go. It's starting to get a little weird. This whole situation is not what I was hoping for when I bought this bike almost a year ago. It's starting to get very strange at this point, and I'm hoping just to get this bike and do a simple review on it. But I don't know if that's going to happen because, well, 3 days after I put out my last video, Sondors canceled my order, which I had placed almost a year prior to that point. When I reached out, I gave them a call, and to be honest, they picked up. This is the first time I called and somebody actually picked up the phone, but it's someone who made it very clear they didn't want to talk to me. They said they knew who I was, they knew about the YouTube channel and the video, and they said they thought it was best that we just part ways, but they were going to get me in contact with somebody that would give me some more information. They never sent any more emails or anything. I never got in contact with that person. I tried to schedule a call, which they have this system where you can set up a time and a date, basically an appointment for them to give you a call. So I set an appointment up. They completely blew me off. Even after they had confirmed that they were going to be there on this call, they completely just blew it off. They said, sorry about that, let's reschedule. So we did. For a couple days later, they also completely blew that call off. And then a couple days after that, they reached out and said, sorry, we missed your call. We're super busy. You know, what's going on? And I told them, hey, you know, somebody canceled my order. I didn't want that to happen. I just want to replace the order and move on. The last response, this is the last thing I've heard from them. And I have an email that I'm not going to put up on here for privacy reasons. But basically it said, okay, we're going to ensure that your order gets pushed through as originally placed. We're not going to charge you more than you originally paid for the bike, and we're going to ship them out as soon as we can. Again, they're back ordered, so you're not going to get it in August or September. At this point, I think it's still October for shipping. But a Sondors customer service manager assured me that they're going to send the bike when it's ready. So that's where we're at with it. I understand it's still going to be a couple of months probably before I can do a review on it because they're just not shipping. Everything's jammed up. But as long as Sondors stays true to their word, I'll be getting one of these bikes pretty soon and we can do a review. So hopefully we can just kind of smooth this whole thing over. I still think they got a lot to work on over at that company, but you know, that's their bag. It's not mine. I agree. I think we should part ways. After you give me my product, you know, you've had my money long enough. It's time to get this bike. And then sure, we can part ways no problem. But anyways, hope you enjoy the rest of this video. There was just some single track, kind of like walking trail, little nature trail thing that I found. Wasn't very fun. It was too windy and too narrow. I was getting torn up by little, thorns and stuff like that. But enjoy the rest of this ride. I'll pop back on in a second, and we'll, talk about the battery life, all that kind of stuff. Have a great day. We can talk about some other things. Fuck! The mod! I forgot to do my modification. Oh yeah, got a leaf hanging out of my bag here. Look at that. Here's our finished product from the field install on the side of the prairie path. We've now got this awesome bell with a speedometer painted on it. That's painted to about 84 miles per hour. Why it's not painted to 88? No idea. But I didn't paint it. That's just how it was made. A friend that I work with bought that and gave it to me. So I feel totally honored, privileged. So that's just what a cool thing. What a cool addition. I think that adds, it's like one of those like double-decker spoilers on a car. That's got to add 15, 20 horsepower to a car. This thing, I don't know, 70, 75 watts at least. Probably more than that. Probably more like 150 watts at full speed, but who knows, All we know for sure is one of these two speedometers is accurate. It could be this one, it could be this one. I'm gonna assume, since this one's a little easier to read, that's the more accurate one. We're going real fast here, folks. We are going real quick. And again, I don't know why they painted it to like 84 and not 88. That would have been much cooler. Throttling only. I've been saying that forever. Highway pegs, like front pegs on there to stretch your feet out, stretch out your legs, and cruise. Man, that'd be the best. They have to be like halfway up the fork. It would look real dumb. Man, but that'd be cool. Thing you really feel, it's not like the overall top speed, but just the punchiness of it. When the battery is really fresh, when you tap the throttle, like it doesn't jerk your head backwards, but it's much more jolting. It's much more like aggressive, and it takes off a lot faster, than if I were to just goose it right now from a standstill. At top speed, it's barely any different. You don't really feel that 2 miles an hour, 3-4 miles an hour top speed too much. But you can really feel just like the responsiveness, the punchiness, the aggressiveness of the whole thing. Go straight. We're going to just kind of rip down this part. This doesn't go very far, but we're going to go check this out real quick. Kind of neat through here. down to 1 bar. Uh-oh. And we're out of juice. We just shut down there. Yep. We are totally dead, which kind of sucks because I'm a solid mile from home. Fuck. Let's just check. Yeah, look at that. So just pull the battery out. And that's dead. Unless something else went wrong. But it went from 2 bars down to no bars real quick. That was it. Nothing went wrong. Bike just ran out of juice. It happens from time to time, and it's not that big of a deal. Just got to do a little bit of pedaling to get back home. But yeah, I agree. It's a little bit light. 21.8 when last year we got a little over 26. Seems like something might be wrong, but I don't think there is. I think it's just the difference in the tires and having a bit less air to ride on. Gives it, just a wider contact patch, and it's going to make that motor work harder to move it forward. Let me know what you think. If you think it's something else, maybe something I'm not seeing that's causing that couple of mile drop in overall range, let me know. If you think it is the tires or if you think it's just the old battery, let me know that as well. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave those in the comments down below. But you're right, I agree. That seemed a bit light. So to be honest, the next day I went out and did the exact same ride. I just recharged the battery to the fullest and then did the exact same thing the following day. And here's the results of that ride. Pretty similar, a little bit better, but still a bit lighter than last year. And so I think it's just what happens when you put on, a more aggressive set of tires and deflate them a little bit. But again, let me know your thoughts on that. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching the e-bike noob. Oh, this is gonna suck. Yep, that sucks. That blows. Not so much the weight, but I got no traction with my feet. Ooh, almost slipped. All right, that sucked. I'm totally winded. I'm out of breath. The battery died a mile or so ago, and I just pushed this up the steepest hill of my life. So I'm gonna go. As always, thanks for riding with the e-bike noob. I hope you're having a great day. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment if you want. I'm gonna go find my inhaler. See you on the next one.